The Real Angler Podcast with community Kevin Brannon is brought to you by Daiwa. If you want innovation and quality in your fishing products, Daiwa has what you need. Costa Sunglasses. Discover life's greatest adventures with Costa. Built to look good and be tough. Promar and Ahi USA. Premium fishing products and accessories with concepts developed by passionate anglers. Channel Island Sport Fishing. Offering deep-sea fishing on quality sport fishing charter boats. And more. Mossy Oak. From hot days in the water to sweltering afternoons in the woods, we've got you covered. Outfit your obsession. The Latino Business Expo, Ventura County's largest networking event. Special thanks to Bruce at Kirby Subaru in Ventura. It's the Real Angler Show, live here on Rough Edge FM. And now, here's your host, Kevin Brannon. Live from the West Coast Outdoors and Sport Fishing Expo at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. JT Lepien, Graphic Slayer Sport Fishing.
All day. This is John right here. He's actually used to help us do our guppy days, part of the Chase and Tail fishing crew. And he's built it. What do you have? 2 boats now? 1 or 2?
2 boats.
Two boats. So
Illuminati Sport Fishing and Graphic Slayer Sport Fishing.
Graphic Slayer Sport Fishing. So
Illuminati is pretty cool.
It is, but and let me tell you what, he got one of the nicest booths, and he got little bitty apple juices that I've been sneaking over and sipping on, popping bottles, man. But he got the light fixtures in there, and it just feels homey in there. I stopped in, I think, twice yesterday. I knew if I needed to charge my phone for some reason, I could just tell the way he was glowing over there that he would be my guy. And sure enough, but go ahead and enough about me, man. My jokes. Talk about what you got going on. How's the show been so far?
Show's
and
been
where people
good.
can find you and stuff,
Show's
man.
been really good. So it looks like we got a lot more attendance today, finally. So Saturday is a really good day. Hopefully Cinco de Mayo. Sunday is going to be even good.
Cinco de Mayo. I heard it's supposed to get maybe windy tomorrow, so that's why I keep people off the water and at the show.
Yeah, I also heard about there's the cornhole tournament that Spencer McKinsey's doing.
That's a big deal.
Really?
That's a
Yeah,
big
Lotte
deal.
Man's going to be here?
Yeah.
I think close to like 1,500 people.
It's
gonna
insane.
show up. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I didn't hear all that.
Yeah,
Good
so
to let
Let's
me
hear
know.
at the fairgrounds again, or is it
Right
back
here,
at
right
Spencer?
Here on the grass.
Yeah, right over here
On the grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you do on the cornhole? You all right with the?
No, I don't play that.
No?
I don't play that. I
That's
play the fishing cornhole.
That's what's up. So what do you got? What any specials you got going on?
So yeah, we got some. We got a charter business that takes 4 people out. So it's a private charter, and then so it's 4 people, and then we got a 10% off for this month. So you could book the trip on any given day, any month, but you have to book it this month. And it's an Expo pricing, right? So like 10% and whatnot. And then if you also get 3 charters, you get a half day off for free.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So those intimate, smaller groups, we like to talk about that. We talked about that with Fred Clinshaw, but that's freshwater. Do you provide the gear for them on the trip, or
So
should they bring your own?
Mine's a little different. So a lot of it is all white glove stuff. So everything's provided for. So the captain, the deckhand, me, myself, which would be the deckhand and the captain.
Yeah.
I pretty much do everything for them. So anything from baiting the hooks to putting a hook on the line itself and lobbing it out, getting the best chance quality that the customer can get. That's basically what we're dealing with. And
That's good.
definitely having customers that don't know how to do any of that stuff, they get kind of like, wary about how to do it and how to go about doing that.
Oh, I dig that. We're guppies, man. We do a lot of that teaching, so that's good to hear more intel. I don't mean to jump in on you, but I just want you to know I understand. We understand the importance of that.
Yeah, it's definitely for other people too, like an older gentleman that basically can't see something, so they can't tie and they have arthritic hands, and it's it's a lot easier to, it's a trip that is very memorable.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get them on some good quality fish. And, I'm pretty much the only guy that I'm going to be doing everything for them, from filleting the fish to getting them to the fishing spots. And the boat's really quick too, we cruise around 20, 25. Yeah. It goes and goes. So it gives you more fishing time too.
What made you want to start your own?
It's all about memories, man. We're always on this phone,
That's my office.
But you definitely got to bring some family members, friends, and then they're not stuck on this phone, right? So,
unless you're taking pictures of the islands or filming dolphins swim along or whales or catching your memories on your phone as well too.
Yeah, so much going on the water.
Because you were a graphics designer. Was that what you did before?
Yeah. So graphic designing was my pretty much what my day-to-day operation is for any kind of business that I was working for. So, progressively gone from that to like marketing director for Harley and, for the local motorcycle dealerships. And that's grown to like 4 dealerships. And I still work for them, but I do this predominantly whenever I get a charter. So, during COVID and all that stuff, I had to look for something that basically kind of like tied together to what I like and my passion is to go fishing and take fishing and then perspective, but also involve other people involved in it.
Yeah. Your design on your cap?
Correct.
I like it a lot. Very impressive.
He sent me a couple of he did his R&D. He sent it out to ask people, and I was fortunate to be one of the people that he asked, like, what do you think of this? What do you think of my setup? And I was like, dude, that's dope. Like, you just out here trying to show off to everybody, right? Like, we just got to pop, like, make a brother feel insecure about his own. his own. I got a regular white big 5 canopy, you know what I mean? And then he has his whole, but again, that's his marketing mind going into work where he takes his talent and his ability and puts it in what he loves to do. And you can see it. One quick thing I wanted to jump in when you said the Harley. I went to the summit, and one of the guys that was there talking was from Harley. And he made this quote that Harley says, you'll be a professional by noon. Mm-hmm. And we say that on the boat. I tell people that now. You'll be a pro by 10 or at the Guppy program. Right. Because what they do is put together a clinic on certain days of the month, the people that bought bikes, and you all get to meet together and learn how to ride together. Mm-hmm. And now you have a community of people. Again, Harley is from biker gangs to dentists to doctors to regular people, and how they would get together and they would teach them safety. And I remember in branding, dude, he's like, you think I remember him I was just in awe of him. We have tattoos. And so the Harley brand and the name of what they develop and what they did is kind of wrapped into what you do in our fishing community of what we do.
Right. It's a bunch of synergy to go with that.
Ooh, synergy. I'm still in that one. I don't use that word enough. So when you do that part, how fun is it to you to watch people catch that memory or their first, how neat is that to help people create those memories that last a lifetime? For you personally?
It definitely brings back my first catch, right? And that's something that's so memorable. You can't put a price to it.
It's priceless. A lot of people say that on the boat. Well, you know how much it costs? I'm like, it's like the Visa commercial. Mm-hmm. Catching a fish with my kid at the Channel Islands, priceless.
Yeah, it don't matter what the catch is, really.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
That's it. Right?
He goes right onto the hook, and you get that feeling that something's on there. You reel it in. It's like a lotto ticket, right?
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's on there.
When we pull the crab nets, I tell them it's like a treasure chest. The kids love it because you never know what's going to be inside that. We got loud music, trains, planes, automobiles, because we out here at our makeshift studio here that we put together because it's so loud inside with how many people are attending. What I was going to say is that the angler, sometimes when you're on sport boats or you go out, there's an expectation of what you think you should catch because of what you paid for or what's worth quality catching. But first timers, man, it could be a jacksmelt. It could be a blue perch. They're just happy, right? So you get to get more of that experience than dealing with again, big game hunters only, which I'm sure you could, hey, let's go fish yellows or sea bass or something. But that first memory, that catch, right? It's pretty to be a part of that memory.
It's amazing. So, I got a client right now that just came by my booth and we were just talking about, they were just reminiscing the day that I took them. They were like all inspired about how I got them to the fish. And, long story short, got them a halibut that they're looking for. And then at the end, we went rock fishing, right? And then the rock fishing, I blew up. And it was a starry like this big. And I've never seen a starry this big. It was like one of those things, the moments that the minute I saw it, it's like, dude, this is a record right here. And everyone was busting up laughing because they all thought I was joking, right?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not joking. This is for real. We're going to go weigh it at the scale, right? We go to the IGFA scale at Cisco's. And next thing you know, they thought I was joking around, and they're like, oh, this guy's really serious. Like, serious. And then they were like, oh, yeah, let's scale it. So they all jumped into that seriousness afterwards, And sure enough, we were actually half an ounce off from the record.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was like a highlight of my moment, like trying to give them an impression that, hey, you know what, I'm professional, and I definitely have something to offer and stuff like that. And
see how excited you get, as many as you've caught, and you don't never lose that bug either, right?
I never do, dude. I never do.
I hope you never do. We should never do it. That's why when we take adults out, there's a kid in all of us, in tinkering and still catching, landing a fish that still gets you just as excited. You never want to lose that as an angler, man.
Right.
So what other big stories you got coming? You got any trips coming up, or the biggest fish that you caught on your boat so far up to this point? Or
we've done a few trips this year. Nothing spectacular, but regional rockfish. It's getting geared up for the better season. I see a lot of bellas on the water, so that's a good sign for having good offshore season. And
look at him speaking this captain language now. Look at him speaking that captain lingo. Knowing your thing. What is it like? Just paint this picture, right? What time do you leave in the morning? I seen you at the bait dock when I baited you up and I was selling chovies off the bait dock.
Right.
So
my earliest is at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I come back around 3. And I do have an extended trips, and it starts from 5 and ends at 4. And from that whole gamut of timeline, we have a half day, we have a 3/4 day, we have a full day, and full day extended. So visit my website.
Yeah, throw that out there. We got a little time. Go ahead, get that in there.
Yeah, please.
GraphicsLayerSportfishing.com. And then my newest one is IlluminatiSportfishing.com. And definitely take a look at those websites.
So what's it when you leave, right? And you get your bait and it's dark. And then watching that sun come up off of the ocean and you're cruising out there in that boat. What's that like? Incredible feeling of just so people know the memory besides the catching the fish. What's it like watching that sun come up on your boat, driving people out to catch to get going for your day?
It just drives me to go to the next day, the next level. Sometimes I go back into the ocean and try to look for bait and stuff like that. And the bait we're looking for is the candy bar bait. That's the squid. Yeah. Right. I have the glow lights and stuff like that. And usually I do have a crew trip that I don't tell and discuss with people, but just among my friends. And we take them out, and then we go make bait. And that's kind of like how I get my candy bars.
That's cool, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't, even if I'm cooking in the galley or every time I've been to the Channel Islands, man, there's just something that's just so neat about being out there on those big islands, man, and the cliffs, you know what I mean, and the sides.
It's American Galapagos Island, dude. It is, by far, and that's the reason why I am a boat captain, for that reason.
God, you hear that? It's neat, man. How old are you now?
I'm 46.
And there's that kid inside of us, dude, man, as we get older, and that we just love to do, and just the sickening part of us. Again, you helped us with our Guppy Day, right? And I think it was a Girl Scout trip, and just watching people that we just get an enjoyment out of the water, the ocean that we love, watching therapy. People catching. It's pure therapy. And like you said, just where we live out in the region makes it incredible, and make you, again, because some days it gets frustrating, and what you got to do when building from the ground up, and something's got to make you want to keep sticking at it, right? Than just trying to find an easier path or a career that you had versus sticking this out. There's got to be a gears in us that just make us love it.
Absolutely.
I love this forklift driver is trying to be so careful when he goes by us. He's trying not to shake and make noise. I appreciate that, but it's just funny to watch him being all gentle.
Yeah. You see him start to creep down and slow down right here in behalf of us. Anything else you want to add, man? You got about 2 minutes.
Give us the website again, especially when the noise stops.
Yeah, no problem. It's graphicslairsportfishing.com, and it's a 4-pack charter. Anything from a half day to a full day extended.
So if you're an amateur, if you're a professional, you know, you want to beat the crowds and give it a try and intimate, and you need that help, that one-on-one, these are where we recommend for stuff like that. You know, if you don't want to fish with 30 people on the weekend, you know, you got the finances, but you need the help, or you're a pro and you want to, again, it's cool that we have these different types of outfitters out here in our backyard.
Or even just a family fun with their friends and maybe their kids. You know, it's all around fun.
There it is, right?
Catching, not fishing.
Yeah. What about the graphics? Is there a website for that you do?
No, actually, I'm kind of diverting myself away from that. I've been doing that for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So definitely the fishing aspect of it is where I'm trying to like focus towards. But I was paying my homage for that kind of work that I've done. That's the reason why it's called Graphic Slayer.
Very nice.
So graphic could be like blood on the deck, or it could be just the actual graphic parts of doing the artsy fartsy kind of stuff, right? And then the Slayer's slaying the fish. So
Slayer. All right, Slayer. All right, I got to get under our next guest, man.
Cool.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll send this to you. I tagged you on the gram.
That was fun.
We'll keep it moving, man. Thank you so much, man. Take care. All the best, brother. Have a great show.
You too, buddy.
David and Ace of SoCal Jerky.
Right here, our engineer. Go ahead and have seats right here, fellas. Don't be shy. Step right up. Have a seat. We've heard so many compliments about your dog, man.
Thank you.
So there you are on here. Okay, we got SoCal Jerky, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And then we got Ace is in the mix. Who's going to do the talking today? And Fred Jr. And what's the dog's name? Fisher.
Hi, Fisher.
So I've been watching this kid right here rock he's got the gift of gap too, like Kev. I've seen him, hustling it. I thought it was, I don't know if it is your business or not. I'll let you explain more of that. We kind of just shake hands and talk, as much as times we run into each other. I don't know the full backstory. So if you guys want to start right there, introduce yourself and give some of your backstory, man, go ahead. You guys got the camera.
Yeah, well, I'm Ace Morales, and this is my dad, and we work SoCal Jerky.
Yeah, for sure. We're a small business out of Santa Paula, brother, and we're 805 born and raised. And the reason why we started our jerky business is we really like jerky. And so we decided to share our passion for what we've learned to do with everybody else and be part of what's been going on in Ventura. So,
does your dog have a badge on too?
you got that Ranger?
No, the badge. Like he got one of these. He's a vendor.
He does.
Oh, yeah.
And he got the Guthrie Ranger badge.
The vendor badge.
Nice. I just seen it dangling right there. These are good, like Flavor Flav, but I was saying with like these badges.
Oh yeah, they're legit. Adam spared to nothing when it came to the badges.
How's the show going for you guys?
Great, yeah. A lot of new people, meeting a lot of new people, and
Talk a little louder because we're outside. And you can talk a little louder, Ace.
making new connections with people. It's nice. I'm having fun.
That's good, man. And you?
It's our first fishing show like this, so it's kind of mind blowing to see what goes on in something like this behind the scenes, and then also as somebody looking out to go buy something. It's kind of crazy the options you have at an event like this. So I feel blessed, man. I feel super blessed to have the opportunity to be here. I feel super blessed to have met Kevin and the crew, and to know that there's people out there like him working for the kids to better them. Ace is a special unit, so I know he could still use some kind of mentorship from Kevin like this, but I feel like with Kevin's work and what he does, a lot of more kids have the opportunity to come out and do stuff like Ace and feel confident and have their business. And so we just kind of share a little bit of everything that we do. It's our family business. I have a full-time job. We own a salon, and we do this together. So it's kind of a special deal for us, not just selling some beef.
Yeah. It's cool because myself, Community Kev, my first employees were Kevin Jr. and Alexis and Unique were my cousins. It was a family business. We're still a family business, and the importance of that. I mean, this American dream, the American tradition of coming here and owning something, being developed is important, man. And I think right now there's an era of creativity and design that I think the world went through academics is the best way to be, to make an imprint here when it's not always academically, man. There's other businesses. Inventors have been doing this for so long. It's for you to come along and invent something and work hard at it and continue to go at it, man. That's exciting and fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep going. I'm going to tag you in this Instagram post right now. What else you guys got?
So how many flavors you bring?
7.
7 different flavors. What are they?
Lemon chili, teriyaki pepper habanero, sticky racha, teriyaki pineapple, and sticky barbecue, and dad bags.
Dad bags? What's that?
It's a mixture of everything.
Little taste of all.
Yeah, it's our new bag.
Yeah. Marshall was dying. Whatever spicy one you put in that dad bag yesterday and gave to Marshall, but he kept eating it. Because look, I tell you, if you go to our little guppy books, it says bring snacks. When you go fishing, you need your pork skins, your pork rinds. I'm a baconette kind of guy. I love baconettes, and sunflower seeds, and beef jerky, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's mandatory to have. Or hiking and stuff. So what do you recommend? And you guys in tackle shops, or you guys just only online? How do people find you? You go on retail? How big are you trying to go, man?
Trying to go big for sure. But the stores stuff is a him question right here.
Yeah, well, I think we've been blessed enough to be able to sell out what we can make during the week. We make our jerky weekly. Yeah. We try not to make something that we can stock and store and wait for somebody to buy. We kind of prefer them to get it fresh. So it works out best for us if we stick with our markets, our vending markets. We're at the Santa Paula Farmers Market. We're at Santa Paula, the street festival that Santa Paula does. We're at Santa Paula Cruise Nights. But we're trying to reach out back to the Ventura area, Oxnard, to kind of show some love to the people who have been showing love for us because they travel to us. So we want to break out there. As far as stores, I think where we're at now, I think we're comfortable for now because we have the right team to fulfill the orders that we have. But the dream is big. That's what I want to tell them, that the dream is big. My dad has always taught us. My dad's a big believer in small businesses, entrepreneurship.
And he's a big believer.
He runs a great organization, the AIM program, which kind of mentored all of us as kids to do what we do. And I'm trying to share this with him. Is to not just be in your markets, but be all over the place. You can affect and bless more people if you're in more areas. So comfortable, yes. Goals are, we want to go big. We want to be Ventura County's Jerky. We want to be Southern California's Jerky, and we want to be in Dodger Stadium.
And the world's Jerky. You got to have them big goals and them big dreams, man. Dream that big, man. I see all your little that you carry those things. I got my cross on my arm too. I don't take it off either. Yeah. And you got to have a lot of faith, man. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming and believing, man, and going after it, And the way your approach sounds perfect. I always, when are you going to go big? Like, you could be regional, man, and be successful. Mm-hmm. And then you could gradually grow from there. But there's some success just being regionally without as much, there's a lot that comes with it, right? I'm sure you got inventory and bags and a lot of stuff that go with it to grow at a proper pace regionally and develop that and then let it go from there, man. So it sounds like you guys have an incredible plan already, in which we had to talk to another guy. Sometimes people want to bite off more than they can chew.
Yeah.
Especially in jerky. Yesterday I took a big old mouthful, and Dr. A came to take a picture, and I had that one new bag you gave me. Was it the dad barbecue or sticky barbecue? I had a mouthful of more than I could chew, and I was hungry. I stuffed it in, and I just take a video. So that was kind of like a jerky joke more than you can chew.
No, I get it. I get it, man.
But I would love to work with you guys more, man. I know we talk about it, man. We're doing a business development part as part of our Guppy program, it's more of a Real Angler network. So, I'm the Guppies, but my business development part of building my brand, Real Angler Network, we're going to be doing more of that teaching at our learning center.
Love it.
So you'd be one of the businesses, man. We'd love to I love your dad. He's a servant with the line. I don't mean to go that way, but all I'm saying is I've seen where you guys come from and what you guys do, that I'd love to work with you guys, man, as best as we can.
Yeah, definitely, man. You've been a dream of ours. When I met you, it was kind of like it was something that we always thought about and something that we always had a heart for. And we were doing it at such a small scale, and it was such a blessing to do it on the pier with 4 or 5 of our rods and letting travelers that didn't have the opportunity to bring their rods to Ventura County, or locals who might be, promised a pier trip after a good grades and they've never been to the pier, allowing them to fish. And then we were praying, like, allow us to be part of or have something like this. And it wasn't our thing to capture. Our thing to capture was jerky, and allow us to help other people who are doing it and killing it, like Kevin, and help them that way. And the Lord's like, hey man, this is the route for you. And I met him like the day after, really thinking like, how can we make this happen with these kids? We had a wagon with with 5 kids that we threw in the back of my truck. We picked them all up in the morning. We threw them all in the back of my truck with the pier wagon and net, hoop net, and we went and had a great time. And we were talking about it, and here comes Kevin with his group, super chill, got gear for all the kids, and I was like, wow, we want to get behind that. So that's why we haven't connected fully, but we've never left each other. And I'm like, man, I can't, you know.
He left us bags in our in our harbor. I opened it. You only come to the shop and you got bags of jerky. That's how you get into my door. You open up the little gate and there's bags of beef jerky.
I remember that.
Yeah.
You want to go visit?
Yeah.
We try to catch you when we can.
Yeah, but that's good that you're busy, man. That you're staying moving, and I'm glad to end up in your testimonial, man. That's neat. But I've seen again, Ace, when you would do you're on the right track. You're doing it. You know what I mean? I see your videos and the weight dog. You're sharp with it. You know what I mean? And that's so people are gonna buy into that hustle that you have already. So you're gonna have 3 types of people backing you up, right? Your people your core people, your insiders, right? People that don't know you, and then people that are, hey, little man's out here selling lemonade. I just want to back up his hustle, man. And those things will keep you doing it the next day. Why am I doing this? Or, you know, it's hard, or I didn't know that part yet, or something happened, because it's just going to happen. There's valleys, peaks and valleys, right? But your guys are on super the right track, man. And you doing, I love your videos, man. What do you got for, you jump in there, man. What do you got? What's your newest, latest something? If you got up and put you on the spot, but I was watching your stories of you just naturally flowing on camera, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I like it. It's honestly fun. It's not easy. You got to know what you're doing.
Hey, Kevin, why aren't you fishing?
Because I'm filming a podcast right now. You're in the podcast. Look. That's how we got a live studio audience right here, bro, on the side of the San Miguel booth hangar right here. And, you know, those are some of our supporters right there. The Mondays Club that help the guppies do their thing. There's Helen and her husband. They help out Mission Fish. So, again, this is all part of the family right here, man. You pull up, look, they pull up VIP in our studio audience. But go ahead. What are you saying about how fun it is and how hard? Just so any other youngster or any grown-up that are listening, man, bring it from your heart, man.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Genuinely, it's fun. But it sometimes gets frustrated and it gets hard. There's times where you don't want to do it, and there's times where you're like, let's just do this. But you can't really do it without Jesus.
Woo! Say it one more time.
You can't really do it without Jesus. It's hard to. Trust me. When I was little, I mean, my life was centered around baseball, and now it's kind of calmed down. So I've been having more time with Jesus. So it's nice to pray throughout your day and know what you're going to do next. So, yeah.
Man, we prayed, man. I got an award yesterday at the university, and I didn't want to write down what I wanted to say until the morning of, because I had to pray to God. Like, what do you want me to say? How do I get up there and not take all the... I went through a humility Bible study, and, you know, I'm working on my own humility and my own ego and stuff that comes with as much power as I'm being given and being led to lead others, right? And how do I not start just taking all that in and being like, oh, look at me, I'm Kev. Oh, everybody loves me. To be humility. So I waited to the day of and just kept praying on it, man. Like, what do you want me to say? How do I glorify you in this? Because our organization is prayer and bubblegum. We're a blessing. I got all that gear. How? People like these that show up. I'm going to tow your car.
Nice to meet you.
Right? He's got to make our likes go up. All right, so we got about another minute, man. Where could they find you? Send it out. You know, anything you want, anything you got. You got the last minute, man. Anything that could, anywhere you want to say, you got the last minute, Ace.
You got us in SoCal Jerky for Instagram right there, and you'll see this guy.
Look at him.
This big old dog right here.
Look at him. Cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get a picture with the dog too. I ain't gonna lie.
He's always geared up.
What else? You got? Hold the dog up one more time. Oh yeah, that's cool, man.
That dog poses.
Oh, I lost it.
Oh, yeah.
One more time. Sorry, one more time. That's awesome, man. Last thing, anything you want to add?
Yeah, man, just find us on Instagram with SoCal Jerky. You'll see the dog in all his costumes. We dress him up so we can make people's day and make people laugh. And he's cool with it. So, yeah, find us in Santa Paula, Ventura County. Look out for us, though. We'll be there. We'll be throughout every single liquor store. And we've already got those green lights, so we're coming after you, Ventura County, in a good way. We want to be part of what's going on here. We want to be part of all this cool stuff. We don't want to be left behind in all the coolness. So look out for us. We'll be there. And all, yeah, also,
I ain't got nothing to say.
If you got any military, always on our heart. I couldn't go out and do it, but it doesn't mean that we can't support them. So Ace and I, you guys got families, friends, brothers, husbands, cousins, reach out to us when you're shipping stuff out to them. Let us know. We'll get something good to ship to them with you guys. So we got a big heart for that. So thank you, military families and friends of them that support them while they're out there, man. It's super cool.
Very nice. Fantastic. All right, man. The detail chicks are waiting on the sideline. Let them get in so they can get back to their booth. So, man,
thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you,
kind words, man.
Appreciate
Bring it in, Eddie. Bring it in, man. Woo!
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Appreciate you. On here, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate
Good
you.
to meet you.
That's awesome, man.
Bye, doggy.
Yeah, man. We'll talk, man.
Yes,
For sure,
sir.
man. We'll get some lunch, y'all. We'll sit down and eat.
Yeah.
The Detail Chicks.
The detail chicks. I'll let you guys introduce yourself. They detailed my ride when I was a baller. Been a little slow, but I do got the after spray that I got on the door in there. Look at the rhinos right here.
Yeah,
Nice and polished up.
right.
So-
Yes, he's been an amazing supporter. So we're happy
Yeah,
to be here and
so
supporting
real
him
quick,
as well.
real quick. We met in the Millionaires Club,
Yes.
and they came in to be a Millionaires with us on Wednesdays before I had to do more domestic things. But I remember when you came in, and I would just see you ready to study, like ready to go, and I would just go over there and chop it up with you just to, because I know it's like to be a new person in a room, and that's why to kind of make you feel comfortable, but also share whatever wisdom or knowledge I could give you, like one at a time, because I don't try to give you too much game. But
Yeah, too much information.
anyway, but go ahead and introduce yourselves. Enough about me.
Karina,
I'm Adriana.
and we are the Detail Chicks.
Yes.
And we have a mobile auto detailing company,
Here in Oxnard.
women-owned, women-operated. And we are professionals, meaning we do all sorts of services, starting with deep interior cleans, which includes
Steam sanitizing.
steam sanitizing with high-grade
Commercial grade.
machine. Yes.
Don't let the camera scare you. You know, you
I
see
know.
it. I can see.
You
Yeah,
see it?
relax.
I know, I
Just relax. Just sit back. Yeah, sit back and relax. You're in the studio. You're in the Ugio. Oh. Yeah, there you go. Just relax. There you go.
We do engine bay cleaning. We do
Exterior, we do paint correction, we do polishing, hand waxing, we do
Ceramic
it all,
coating.
ceramic coating.
which is the new. Well, it's not really the new thing, but it's the hot thing right now, and the most protection that you can actually add to your car.
How'd you guys get into this?
Oh gosh.
As a fluke, a little bit. She had just moved here from Fresno. It just happened to be during the pandemic, and she had been a long time fitness coach for the elementary and junior high and high school districts. You couldn't get a job at that time, especially PE.
Yeah.
So she says, well, I can detail cars.
I did it as a hobby.
Oh.
So I decided.
Hey, if you turn your hobby into your hustle, raise your hand.
That's right. That's right. And I have a friend in the LA area who's a detailer, and he told me, hey, why don't you, we need help with detailing. Why don't you come join the team? I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to give that a try. We did, and we're working in Beverly Hills with high-end vehicles, beautiful cars, but we had to commute every single day from Oxnard to Beverly Hills.
That's a drive.
It's a drive.
It's a drive, and we were also working for a mobile app, which the return that we were getting was pennies in comparison to what they were charging. And everybody kept calling the company, even though you would get random people whenever you book the service. They would always call the company and say, can you send the girl that came last time? Because I think attention to detail, which is their slogan, is a woman's sixth sense. We just go above and beyond naturally. It's just instinct. It's just something we have to do.
That's a quality.
We kind of
I
have
call
to
it a
do
quality.
exactly, and I have to kind of pry her away sometimes from doing something because she will sit there and vacuum for like longer than necessary.
They did my car for like 2 hours. I thought they were done. You know what I'm saying? And they came out, and it wasn't like you know what I mean? Like I decided, Jesus, that's they're getting every crime. No, seriously, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's a luxury service, so the prices are they're not cheap, but you do get what you pay for. We pay close attention to all the things that haven't been cleaned in a long time. You're in your car every day, various hours a day.
And even under the hood and
then
stuff, you guys got like all the leaves. I
You
remember I
know.
had leaves under my tree for parking under the tree, and they were gone.
Yeah, there's a study out there that they say we spend as much time, if not more, in our car than we do in our home.
Yeah.
And so it's important to really get in there and clean it. And take care of it, because that's something that you've also invested in.
And you look good. If you got your car, there's something about it too, man. When your car is, it dries better when it's clean. And I swear, I just did mine because we had the rain and stuff, so I've been preventing it. But I know when I
if you have
floss,
children, if you have pets, it's just extra stuff for us to clean. Right? What if you're gonna go on a date? You want to impress your girl, right? Make sure it's nice and clean.
So what are some of your prices? Like, give me just a range.
Okay, our most popular Kardashian. It's called the Kardashian.
wow, that's a good name right there.
We called it the Kardashian. And it basically includes a deep interior along with leather cleaning and protection of its got leather seats.
We steam sanitize
it. Exterior.
We'll clay bar it. So we'll remove any embedded contaminants that are stuck on the paint.
Oh, nice.
So we remove it, which makes it nice and slick. And then we protect it. We had a 6-month sealant.
Yeah, and which we carry now under our own brand.
Ooh, look at that. They branded now, baby.
Yes.
They branded now.
It's called Liquid Gold, and it is exactly just that. So anybody who just doesn't want to call a detailer, or it may be a little expensive, but they just enjoy washing their own car, and they can just purchase that product. It's $20, right?
I got it.
And 3 little squirts on a microfiber towel right after you either run it through the car wash, which I don't suggest, but if that's what you do, and you still want to protect it, you add some of that, and it makes it nice and shiny. And it protects the windows, especially during the rain.
What does that run? What does that run for?
$20.
No. Did you set the price for that Kardashian one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so the Kardashian.
Sedans start at $300,
Okay.
and small SUV will be $350, and up to larger vehicles, which should be about $500. Yeah.
They gave me love then. They gave me love.
We gave you love. Yes, we did.
Yeah, they did. And I think we even gave us one of those for our fundraiser last year. One of the selling ones.
Good
So
prize, yeah.
I'm a bid on it. If you get another one, I'm a bid on it myself this year. But
That's right.
Yeah.
We would love.
yeah, see, I did a little setup for Ask.
Yeah.
But
Well, the best comment that we get after we're done with a car, and we've done a Kardashian, is it looks better than when I bought it, and that to us means a lot. And obviously, the client feels like they got their money's worth.
I can't lie, when you did mine, like I was extra special sketchy on how I ate or did anything in the car. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And it's just a trip on how you help create a standard for, I think, a car owner, right?
Yeah,
like that's you know what I mean? Like, and then do you ever have people that, okay, let's tell a little, keep it cool too. Do you ever find like awkward stuff in a car? You're like, oh, hey, I found.
The things that we found.
Well, I always say
You have a
that.
box stuff.
We save it for them.
Oh, you do?
The car is like Las Vegas. What happens there stays. And if you don't want anybody else to find it, hire us, because we'll find it.
You hear that?
Oh yeah, we found some diamond earrings. We found.
Or those mine? Honey, we found your wife's diamond earrings.
But
You're like,
We returned it. Of course, this is.
no, I mean to the husband, and the wife's like, hey, those ain't anyway. I don't want to go that
We
route.
found a joint. We found underwear.
Underwear, used underwear, thongs.
How long do those McDonald's fries last back there?
Oh
You
my
find like a
God,
7-year-old
forever.
McDonald's fry?
Oh yeah, and it's still there, fresh, looking
Yeah,
at you
fresh
like.
It's still good. I mean,
Really? No ketchup needed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, right? So you're trustworthy, right? Like you said, to let people know. I don't know if anybody thinks about that. Like, who do I let in my vehicle and what's going on?
Yeah.
And
all the
And
I
that's
think
important.
that's very important. We're already pretty well known in the community. I want to say we have a lot of reviews online. That's one of the services, or one of the qualities that I think you get when you hire us. Not necessarily because we're women, or maybe because we're women, other women feel comfortable hiring us, and maybe you feel comfortable also sending me to your mother's house, because you know that I'm going to be extra careful and maybe a little bit easier to talk to if they have questions about their vehicle. A lot of women might feel intimidated sometimes asking a man about car care. I think with us they feel really comfortable. They ask us the questions. Our customers,
You don't have to see us either.
yeah, and that's the other thing. You don't want to see us. The convenience of our service is, hey, I left my car unlocked for you. Do your thing. I'll pay you through Zelle or with my credit card, and you never saw us. Which is, essentially saving you time and
Time,
so
money,
you can
hey,
spend it where you want to.
things you don't get back is your time, right? So time,
Absolutely.
quality, investment in your vehicle, trust. Those are the things that I'm hearing coming from you. So overall at this show, now that you guys are transitioning in, and I've seen you guys tackling some big trucks. About 5 minutes, Rick. Yeah, about 5 minutes. Okay. All right, I'll grab you.
Yeah.
He's the next guy. But that you guys are expanding. So let's talk a little bit about the show and getting in from just cars and details to RVs and things like that. Go ahead and give people a little bit more of your portfolio.
Yeah, so we've done a couple boats already, and we'd love to do even more boats. So we have a popular detail and
boat detailing package starts at
Detail chicks. One more time if you're listening. Detail chicks. Detail chicks. Detail chicks. All right.
Easy to remember. People call us the Dixie Chicks all the time.
That's fine. That works as long as you remember us.
Yeah, detail chicks. And we have a boat, popular wash. It's a wash and wax detail. And it's basically just doing the same thing that we do to a car.
It starts at $25 a foot. It includes a wash, non-skid cleaning, vinyl seat cleaning, mold and mildew removal if needed, bright work, waxing by hand, hull cleaning, removal of orange stain, and of course spray on a sealant to protect it.
Go ahead and hold that up to the camera so people can see that. There you go.
You can find it on our website as well, detailchicks.com. If you're into boat detailing, give us a call.
RVs too? Do you guys do
RVs, and we've even done airplanes.
Small little.
I'm trying to get me an airplane, man. I'm working on trying to get me an airplane.
We did one that was in that movie. What's it called? Dunkirk. Yeah, it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did that. We detailed it.
So no big too small, no job too big.
No.
All she does is she puts them big hoops in.
Yeah.
You see these hoops right here?
And then I stand on top of them.
And what up?
These are my superpowers.
And then Greg's here too with his rentals. There we go.
Greg Grant's in the house, folks.
What up,
How you
Greg?
doing?
Good. Party crasher. What up?
Yeah, so that's what we do, everybody. Call us. We're local. We're trustworthy, like as you said. Anytime you text us, you're talking to either one of us. We return all our texts personally. Our reviews online say it all.
And they are Guppy supporters, man. So if you want to support those that support us, if you want to help out getting smaller businesses or entrepreneurship or people's trying to we creators, we talk about create their own business, their own brand. One thing about that pandemic, I think it shifted a lot of people, man, to go after their job, their dreams again, which America needs, because just go to work. People don't like work. They like to be, and I'm sure you get some kind of, honestly, I'm sure when you guys step back and look at the stuff you do, you take that's our you know what I mean? Like there's a sense, there's a sense of it's like a chef preparing this big ass buffet, right? And you see all that. That's like your masterpiece.
Oh yeah, we protect our brand above everything. So we always tell our clients if there's something we missed, you let us know. Give us a call. We'll come back and we'll fix it.
Hear that? Yeah. Detail chicks.
I will say that I knew about you before I knew that Kevin knew you.
Okay.
And your reputation preceded you, because I was looking at the reviews and you're stellar is the word for it. People just love you guys.
Yeah.
And I need my truck detailed, so I'll be in touch.
Yeah, give us a call.
I will.
Absolutely. Remember, it's not clean unless it's detail chicks.
I love it. Right. Hey, you know why? Because guys, it's funny. Guys straighten up by some guys, females clean up, right? Like I'll just move some stuff around.
Right.
And versus getting those little details, like you said, man. So, and that's just honest facts. That ain't sexism or none of that type of. I mean, there's a few guys that are doing it, but
it's a gift we're born with.
Hey, I'll squish all the spiders. Maybe you take care of the crumbs. I'll get the spiders. I'll tackle the burglar. I don't care.
Even get the spiders.
Give me a hug.
Oh, it was great. Thank you so much for inviting us.
All right.
Thank you
Thanks so much. Nice meeting
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Let me go get Rick from Fishing Syndicate, and that's going to be a wrap for the day right here. Scotty, great job.
Rick Fuentes, Fishing Syndicate.
Gotta represent. All right, the legend right here. Finish up the show. Go ahead and have a seat, brother. Make sure I got the last. Fuentes, right?
Yes.
Rick Fuentes with Fishing Syndicate, my rod sponsor. Oh, we got 10% left. We got to get this through, Scott. We're going to make it 10 minutes?
We might.
I hope so, because if you don't end it, is it going to save everything?
It will.
You promise?
It's already saved online.
All right, cool, man. All right, so yeah, for Fishing Syndicate, the guy right here, man, you do so much for them. You're a legend in the game, honestly, And tell us about this. Just go ahead, man. Enough about me. We got time. Go. What do you do? What's up?
Well, I was involved with a different company a while back, and then joined Fishing Syndicate. The brand has grown so much from that time to now. as far as our rod development and the things that we have so many new things, from our inshore rods to our composite inshore rods to the S-Class, the new model S-Class that's really catching fire out there. As you know, S-Class, it takes a lot less material to actually get the same action that you would out of E-Glass. So you have that really, really nice bend and whip to it without the weight. So like for me, I'm an old dude and I have shoulder problems. So for me, it's been a good thing because I had to literally stop throwing a jig and came up on this lineup. I could throw a jig all day long, nice and light, but it's got great whip. You can get great distance on them, and at the same time, the rod has more lift. It's a higher modulus of glass, so you have a lot more lift to that rod than others. We've had one of our guys accidentally hooked a 200-pound on our 90J on 40-pound and actually landed it. I'm not going to tell you how long he was on that fish and chasing it around before he got it, but yeah, we have 3 models of it now. We have a 15-40-pound, we have a 30-60, and we have an Apex, which is a 40-80 for those guys that like to go out there and throw those poppers at the bluefin tuna, which has become more popular now than it has been. The game has changed over the years. The way I fished it in the 70s, it's amazing how much the industry is evolving. And there's guys out there that'll talk to me and go, hey, you know so much about fishing, you're a professional. I'm not a professional. I tell everybody I'm learning. This is a learning game because the industry keeps changing. The lines we're fishing, back in the day it was Dacron. Now it's these braided lines that so you have small reels with big drag capacity, big line capacities and big drags on a smaller version. So now you can fish a lot lighter than you would back in the day. I remember rock caughting, with 7-hook ganyons on 9-aught weight, 9-aught 5-pound weight. Where
they're coming back though. Now we're fishing 600 feet. People are trying to bring back electric reels and the sissy plates and but you only fish 2 hooks. That's the thing is you got to drop down with 2 hooks. But
right
now that we're fishing deeper, some of that stuff is coming back.
But you go and you look at those reels that we used to use back then, single speed. Now you have
1-to-1.
Just to mention a couple of brands, Accurate with their Valiants, their 800 or 600, you could get so much braid in there. So you could drop as deep as you want to on a much lighter setup than we did back in the day.
Yeah.
With the big reel and the big weight and as you know, those thinner braided lines, they have less drag. They drag less water, so you could drop down with much lighter weights than we used to when we were fishing that heavy Dacron back in the day.
That just soaks it up like a sponge. You would just see the water dripping off of the reel and coming down, and
you'd have the big rail plate on it and the whole thing.
Sissy plate, we call it.
Yeah.
But they're coming back. So we're in the Channel Islands area. And I don't know, again, as a fishing syndicate guy, I don't know all the differences between each particular model. I know I have a 25 to 40 pound setup that I was using with my Alexa 400, and that thing was killing. What would you recommend? Again, I'll let you do more of the talking of the different types and different models for fishing in Southern California. Is there something that people should look out for that fish, whether it's rockfish or surface or anything in particular they should be looking for with you guys, or just talk to you directly to find out where they're at?
For local fishing, our all-purpose lineup, which consists of a light, medium, and heavy, is really all you need for out here. If you're not chasing big game and you're not chasing tuna or whatever, you don't need to go into the offshore series. So we have that all-purpose series, which consists of a light, which is a 15 to 30, and then a medium, which is a 20-40.
That's me.
Actually,
I know where I'm at now.
It's a 20-50 on the medium, and then it's a 30-60 on the heavy. Yeah. And you don't need much more than that for all your local needs here, for all your rock fishing and yellows and sea bass. And I'm a light line guy, so I have a tendency of using, like yourself, you were doing the other day, using my inshore. I went out on one of the boats out of Long Beach the other day on an overnighter, and I took 4 rods. I used 1 rod the whole trip.
That's what I did the other day.
And you know what it was? It was our graphite inshore rod, the medium, which is rated 2040, on Alexa 400. And I never, ever got away from that. I never put a bait on. I just straight jigged.
That's what I did. Exactly what I did. I'm following a legend. I got it right.
And it was fish after fish. I have a friend who makes these jigs, linkjigs.com, and that's all that I used on that trip, because he sponsored the trip actually. I never put a strip of squid on it. I just straight down dropped the jig and bang, 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 and you were up.
That's exactly what I did out of Santa Barbara. So you hear
I
that?
saw that.
Yeah, and that was it. I brought 3 rods, and that's what I fished. But I just used a soul diamond jig, no squid, no nothing. Made a video, caught a couple. I caught 2 short lings, 2 keeper lings, some whitefish, a bunch of blue bass. But I was just iron fishing, and we were fishing like 140. There wasn't a lot of current, you know what I mean? So it was like you say, you fish a jig all day, you could wear yourself out, right? Like you were saying at the beginning. But now that they've made these things smaller and the gear that you fish, you can comfortably fish that setup 6 or 8 hours on a boat without wearing yourself out.
You're literally using bass gear.
Yep.
For these fish, and it makes it fun. I'll tell you, I did it back in the 70s when we were doing those ganyons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was work. It wasn't fun.
There was a guy named Steve Merritt that grew up out here. He was like the jig fisherman when I was a pinhead on the boat. And he would fish jigs. So in the summertime, he'd be fishing, I remember the scampi, the root beer scampi with the red lead head. But on rock fishing trips, he would fish this giant jig. And he would just, for cows and lings, and he would put it like in a tuna thing. Man, that dude would work his butt off, but he would never tie an again, man. And he was fishing 6, 7.
Back in the day, what did we do? Diamond jigs, right?
Yep.
That got your
huge Jack's jig, something that weighs 2 pounds,
2 pounds,
straight to the bottom. But that is working. I would watch him just. And again, when you got that stretch with we don't want to, take too far out. But there's guys that make, like he's saying, it's a fun way of fishing besides just bait, and the gear now that they produce. Fishing Syndicate's lightness and the rods that they make, and Oliver, let me say this to shout out. When I came over from Cousins to Fishing Syndicate, it was probably the easiest sponsorship I've ever received. Just come get rods.
Yeah.
The way they take care of their people, man. Just don't get drunk in his, because I don't mean that in a bad way, but he makes you feel uncomfortable. We got to eat, right?
Yep.
We got to have a drink, and then we get to the rods, man. And you can't ask for a more inviting in this industry when you have to produce everything right. Come on over, Kev, and just put some rods in your hand.
And we went from building those rods that we started out with, which are all just saltwater rods, to now we've got you covered everything from panfish, if that's what you guys like to do, all the way up to swordfish.
Yep.
We have glass rods, we have e-glass rods, we have rods with roller guides on them for people don't use roller guides as much. I remember back in the day, everybody put those AFCO roller guides on their rods or whatever. And so what happened? What happened to the AFCO roller guides? What wound up happening was Braid.
Oh.
Braid came along and made those tough to use because they would jump the rail and get wrapped up on the guide and break you off. But back in the day, that was the thing, but everybody fished mono. So the industry has changed a lot. The way we fish has changed immensely because there's a million different presentations that you can use to make things fun. You know?
And that's why, again, I think what you being with the company, man, when we see each other, is that you have that knowledge to see it and willing to change and not be stuck. Like, again, this worked in this era, this working in this era, and what we're going to do next era, like staying on top of it.
Like I'm that guy you'll find on a multi-day trip where you'll find me fishing off a pier or the rocks.
Yeah.
I love it all. And the reason why I like fishing off shore-based fishing is because that's what I did as a kid. I rode my bicycle to the pier. And so that still today is the best platform to bring along that next generation of anglers. You start somewhere.
Right.
And for me, it was Bonita off the Venice Pier.
Well, I did a pier presentation yesterday, right? And it's kind of funny. I'm gonna throw this in there. When I did my pier days and the kid days that I started filming Real Anglers Fishing Show, it was giggled at, right? That's not hardcore enough, Kev. You know, we were inside sport fishing and Ronnie Kovacs and stuff, and here I come in pier fishing. And look where I'm at, man. I got to close the house yesterday, and the rod that you sent me over there with, I use that thing for the pier. Yeah. I use that same rod for catching calicos and sandies on twilight, throwing plastics. Whitefish. My son caught a halibut on that same spinning rod setup that you gave me. Let me use, because I didn't bring my rod yesterday, so I went around and said, "Hey, I need to borrow a setup." But that's, again, it's multi. Yeah. You can use it for multi fishing, and that's where we all started on the pier. So as soon as I needed a prop for yesterday, and
you know, sadly, some people can't get on a boat. They just get violently ill, and they just can't fish on a boat, and they don't, you know. One of the things that I preach all the time is you can catch a fish of a lifetime standing on the beach.
Yep.
I've caught halibut over 30 pounds fishing off the beach. You know, throwing Lucky Crafts, Battle Stars, and those sort of jigs at them. You never know what you're going to catch.
Man, you saw what I mean? Yes. See, so, I'm like a legend. And the reason I say that, right, that's the fun about the ocean, right? So I have that drag set, right? And I was telling the kids this yesterday. Too bad I didn't film it. I got a little piece. But using the rod, I was showing them, you know, showcasing the rod that had set up in the rod, is that you don't stock the ocean. It's not like a pond or a lake that you got your 5 species, your trout, catfish, bass, bluegill, crappie, whatever. You never know what's going to come swimming through that shoreline, man. And if you got the right gear, fishing Syndicate, man, and that backbone on that rod, and and I've seen the biggest fish caught on the smallest piece of bait. And I've seen little fish just attack a big bait.
A spotted bay bass will try to, well, any bass really, they will try to eat a jig as big as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like looking at the jig and the fish hanging out and go, where were you going to put that? You know? But one of the things that's going on right now is during this time of the year and into the early summer months, we have all the grunion runs. Uh-huh. That sucks game fish right up onto the beach. White sea bass, stripers, halibut, you know, big halibut. And so you can get these. I've been out there where I'm making my cast into the surf, and I've literally watched halibut shoot the curl inside of the wave chasing a perch.
You make me want to go fishing right now. I'll be honest. All that talk about fishing, man, you make me want to go soak a bait right now.
One of the best, you know, the next best thing to actually fishing is talking about fishing, because I get amped up.
Well, that's why I had you on last, because I didn't want to have to rush you. I mean, if we go more than the 15 minutes, you've seen people waiting their turn, but I wanted you, the way it worked out, because I wanted to call Oliver over, and he was busy yesterday or Friday when I was making our list. But I thought it was great that you were last, because I knew that we would get to talking. And there's no questions. We don't have anything scripted. No, we're just going to sit here and talk fishing. And I need to
talk fishing
and talk and shut myself up sometimes and listen to those the legends too, man. Like we had Jason Diamond here, and listening to them, not just chopping it up, but you know, just sitting here and telling stories and let other people tell their stories. Danjo, what up, man? Hold on, I'll be right there.
But this
my
is
best
just
friend
kicking
Danjo.
Off. You know, this is just kicking off for us. The white sea bass are going off on the Channel Islands. The tuna are beginning to move closer and closer. It's now, the season has actually started a little bit late this year. Yeah. But no, usually by April you already have barracuda. You already have. That's just now starting to happen. So it's from this point on, it's going to get nothing but better.
Yeah. So what do you? Anything you want? Any show? How's the show going for you guys so far? Coming up here to Ventura and doing the show.
The show actually has been going great.
Friday was pretty busy.
The venue, and it gives us a chance to be here because for the folks that live in this area, it's kind of a hard stretch to go to Del Mar or to go to PCS in Orange County. It's got to be planned, and I understand the traffic because I live that way.
Yeah.
So I understand what the traffic could be like. So it's kind of nice to have this venue here, where the 805 and areas up north from here can come here and enjoy some of all the vendors that are here. We have a ton of vendors here, and everybody's having a good time, good crowd.
And you have rods this way too, right? Yeah, I know Eric's carries them to Santa Barbara.
We have them in Santa Barbara. Mm-hmm. We have some up in Morro Bay, Santa Barbara,
Ventura.
We have rods in Ventura Sportfishing as well. But Eric here has, got such a nice shop here in Ventura, and he caters to everyone and everything. If whatever it is that you need, whether you're targeting freshwater fish all the way up to the big game stuff, he's got you covered. He does really well.
Well, the reason I say that is because sometimes people will see a logo or a brand and not have a face. So for you guys to be here and people to get to meet Fishing Syndicate and see the whole thing without going that far down, I think is important, because we love you out here, And for just the importance of having that, because people see me on Facebook and Instagram, but for me, us to have a guppy booth and people get a chance to come up and talk to us and meet us and tell you the stories that they caught on your rods or stuff like that, for you guys to be here for us, I think it's just incredible, man, to come this far up. So again, the show's great for us, but also great for the people around here to get more familiar with just the logo.
One of the things about our company is there isn't anybody within our company that isn't a fisherman. So everything that we're developing is with that in mind, and we fish 24/7, a lot of us. So we're always out there. And so for me, when we do our sponsor trips and everything else, we do sponsor trips up here, Santa Barbara, Monterey. It's great to meet the new people. My wife sometimes asks me, "Hey, you're going to go fishing? Oh, you're by yourself?" I said, "No, I may go on by myself, but I walk out with 15 new friends."
You know what they tell me that too, Mama? I always say Jesus is with me. You go by yourself, I'm like, but my energy, like, I'm buddies with. By noon, everybody loves me. Like, plus I'm a deckhand, so I'm tying my neighbor's hooks and I'm playing around and I'm doing my teaching thing. But I don't have to have anybody with me to purchase. When I purchase my ticket, like you say, you just go out there, man, and you'll buy tent. You got buddies.
And I'm that guy that when I get on a boat, and I'm sure you're pretty much that way too. If you see somebody struggling with either the way they're set up or whatever, I put my stuff down and I go over and I show them what to do.
I've had people try to tip me. They think I'm on the crew, and I'm like, no, just put it in their bucket. I'm just helping.
Yeah, it's funny because you start helping them, and then they keep coming to you because they think you work for the boat.
They want to buy you a lunch, or they want to buy you a beer or do something, and it's like, no, this is what the fishing community should be doing.
Yep.
Right?
You see a kid on a boat, man, spend your time. Make sure that kid wants to come back.
Let me tell you a story why I do this. I was on the Pacific Eagle by myself at like 11 or 12, and I took a nap on the way out. This dude took my spot on the stern and wouldn't give it back to me. I swear to God. And I remember that dude. If I see you, bro, that's one of the dudes that got one coming. And I remember being on the Eagle, and it was a 4 o'clock departure, so I got there at 3 o'clock to get a stern spot. I lay down on the bunk, fell asleep a little bit, and when I came back, he took my spot and said, "So what?" And I remember that, and that feeling is why I do a lot of what I do, because again, like you said, the fishing industry should be helping, and this dude really didn't give a damn if I was 11. He was going to outmuscle me and take it. So anyway, what else we're going to wrap it up.
That's it,
Fishing Syndicate, man, check it out online everywhere.
We're located in La Habra, so we deliver all out here. So you guys will see me on the boats. I fish up and down the coast everywhere. So.
Legend. He's sitting right here with us, man, and I appreciate it so much, man. And again, all the if you get a chance, JT is here. You can get your rods custom wrapped to whatever colors you want. Women's rods, the pink one, like, they just check it out. You can go down to their shop. They have their open houses where they cook food and cater it up, and it's just a different way of a lot of rod manufacturers do it. Syndicate does it just uniquely different, where you stay with them forever.
Yeah, it's a family, really, and we want you to be successful.
I looked up this term Syndicate, what it meant, and it's pretty neat. I'll let you look it up yourself. I don't remember the definition, but I looked up what a syndicate was. It was like a crime syndicate, but the word syndicate has a very cool meaning to it. I don't have time to look it up right now, but syndicate means something, and I know that when I read it, it's exactly what, for fishing, the bond and brotherhood of what a syndicate means. So, Guppy approved, Real Angler endorsed, all the above. And again, it wasn't because of some of that, but dude, I've killed a gang of fish on them, and I'm not gonna stop. So again, check them out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
We'll talk soon.
Anything else? Is that it? Scotty, come over here and let me close the show. Mr. Fuentes, man, thank you. Rick Fuentes has left the building to shut down the show.
That is pretty awesome. That is a way
Danjo,
to.
I'm gonna let Danjo jump in for like 5 minutes. I think. Come here, get over here, Danjo.
We're gonna
He
give.
did my first fishing show.
We're
He
gonna
was
give
my first
Danjo
guy, my first
as
TV
much
year.
time as we can give him because we're gonna run out of
Yeah,
juice here.
yeah. Sit down real quick.
So,
Hold on.
Take right here.
So Danjo, sit down. This is one of my best friends on the whole wide road right here. Some people even I got him working on the Pacific Eagles first albacore. But remember my vision when we went fishing and Larry and I was filming at where were we? Tell me.
Rudder room?
No, we were at La Janelle.
Oh yeah, La Janelle.
Yeah. The rudder room was the first guppy day. No, that was the first guppy day.
Okay.
But the first was the La Janelle.
When you do your video, when you're doing your video classing back in the day,
Yeah,
we were killing.
This one had this.
Jack smelt and we were
We
getting.
did a commercial. We made a Bud Light
stingrays
commercial.
Yeah, man, we were killing it, bro.
Look where we at, brother.
Yeah,
Look where you at, man. Look where I'm at.
I'm happy for you guys.
Woo, he's my
man.
best buddy right here. But
Yeah.
yeah, he was there and he was because I was the camera guy, so he was doing the tackle tip, and he hooked himself in the finger on the back of my
Yeah.
Explorer, and we just kept on filming. So yeah,
I worked
man.
at Channel Island Sportfishing for a while and had some tackle tips, you know, and you were using little jigs and doing a bunch of stuff out there catching jack smelt and
Memories.
yeah, man, just living the dream back then, man.
Like where we at.
That's what
Yeah,
guys
Team
do,
Big Game,
man.
remember?
Yeah.
Team Big Game.
Yeah,
Me,
Team
you,
Big Game.
Mike,
Yeah.
Larry, Rojo, Big Ray. They got sick and smashed the sardine.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Team Big Game right here. All right, we're gonna call it a day with that. But you having a good show, man? Yeah,
Yeah,
you just
man.
get her or what?
Nice. A lot of 805 people out here.
The 8 nickel.
Really good fishing people in here. There's a bunch of stuff going on. So you guys didn't get down here, you should get down here and check it out.
Yeah, we keep this
Lot of
event
good
going
vendors.
on.
Got real guppies out here and everybody's out here. So come check it out.
Tell he's nervous on the camera. Look
Yeah,
at
I'm
him.
nervous. I don't even know what to do.
I didn't notice. I
He
think
just
he's
pulled
doing
me
great.
in, so I was like,
Pulled him in.
He's doing
But
great.
but Danjo was there my first when I was just a filmmaker. My first ever episode. We're at the La Janelle, me, Larry, Robert, Pritchett, Chencho. We did this commercial with him carrying a Bud Light through because I was thinking about how we're gonna get sponsorships.
yeah, we
And
need
Chencho, like,
sponsors. Yeah.
what I say when I'm out bumming change, I can in a voiceover Chencho, and he stops, puts the 18-pack down, and cracks it open, takes a beer, and keeps on walking across. We have even made a commercial, but Danjo was my first host for Real Anglers Fishing Show. I don't even think we had a name for it yet. I just wanted to do a TV show with Oxnard College Film Program, and here we are, man. This many years later.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
All right,
What was your name?
Scott.
This
Danny.
is Scotty.
Nice
Right
to
here.
meet you,
All right,
Danny.
Scott, let's close it down. Get out of the way, Danjo.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Stay right here, though. I'm about to be done. This is how we do it, man. This is real TV. This is that real TV right here, man.
Longest
That's what's
podcast
up.
we've ever done.
That's right. So what do you got?
You got one more day? Come down here. I don't know how late we running tonight.
How many what?
How late
Oh,
is it?
until 6 o'clock. I
6
got to go to the
o'clock tonight?
CCA and do a fundraiser for the sea bass pins and do that. And my team will be here all day. And then I'll be here tomorrow. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m., I'll be shutting down the main stage with another seminar. CommunityKevin.com. Check it out. Scotty, always an amazing job. Great job engineering
fun
today.
today. We
Little
got-
makeshift studio.
Come down tomorrow if you're available on May 5th. The tickets are $15 at the door. You got tickets left?
Yes, I do.
Hit up Kevin for some tickets. Do that.
CommunityKev.com. And if you want to make donations, maybe we have a raffle and help support the Real Guppy Outdoor program. Excuse me. And that's a wrap on the day.
Speaking of which, we'll see you at the Real Guppy program real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.